Are you flying to Bali for sunsets and smoothie bowls, or accidentally signing up for a meeting with immigration and a one-way ticket home? Yes, Bali is still paradise in 2026. Golden beaches, sacred temples, Instagram-perfect villas. But the rules? They're no longer relaxed. Indonesian authorities have tightened enforcement, especially in Bali, with an official tourist code of conduct and real deportations for visa violations, misconduct, and criminal behavior. So before you book that flight and caption your post-new life loading, here are 10 very real ways travelers end up saying goodbye to Bali much sooner than planned. Number 10. Overstaying your visa. Here's the most common mistake, and the one people underestimate the most. Indonesia fines overstays at Indonesian rupiah million per day. That's not a typo. Every single day past your visa validity adds up quickly. If the overstay goes beyond 60 days, you're no longer in pay-and-go territory. You're in detention and deportation territory, with possible re-entry bans. People mess this up by miscounting days, misunderstanding extensions, or assuming they can fix it at the airport. Bali immigration has even warned travelers to plan around office closures during holidays because I didn't know the office was closed doesn't cancel the fine. Paradise doesn't extend your visa automatically. The calendar always wins. Number 9. Working on a tourist visa because it's just online. This is where digital nomads get nervous. Indonesia is clear, a tourist visa is for tourism, not remote freelancing, not paid collaborations, not managing a yoga class, not running a small side project. Authorities have repeatedly deported foreigners for visa misuse, especially those found working while on tourist status. And yes, that includes people earning online income while physically present in Indonesia without proper authorization. Many assume that if the money comes from overseas, it's invisible. It isn't. Immigration doesn't just look at where your bank is, they look at what you're doing in country. If you are monetizing your stay, you need the right visa. Bali sunsets are not a legal loophole. Number 8. Fake investor or business visa schemes. This one sounds dramatic, but it has happened. Some foreigners obtain investor or business visas without operating legitimate businesses. Immigration has conducted crackdowns on so-called fictitious investment arrangements where the paperwork exists, but the business reality does not. When authorities investigate and find inconsistencies, licenses can be revoked and deportations can follow. An investor visa is not a decorative document. It requires compliance, reporting, and real business activity. If your company only exists on paper, immigration may eventually notice. Number 7. Disrespecting temples and sacred sites for content. Bali is deeply spiritual. Temples are not aesthetic backdrops, they are active religious sites. The Bali government's tourist conduct guidelines explicitly require respectful dress, behavior, and conduct in sacred areas. Entering restricted temple zones, posing nude or semi-nude for photos, climbing sacred structures, or behaving inappropriately can trigger legal consequences. And this isn't hypothetical. Several high-profile deportations in recent years involved disrespectful behavior at sacred sites. That viral photo might get 200,000 views, but immigration officers do not care about engagement metrics. Number 6. Public aggression, hate speech, or causing disturbances. Many travelers focus on visa rules, but forget that conduct matters just as much. Bali's official visitor guidelines prohibit disruptive behavior, aggressive confrontations, spreading false information, and actions that disturb public harmony, including online activity that escalates into real-world tension. Public fights, shouting matches, insulting officials, or repeatedly drawing police attention can create a compliance record. Immigration authorities do not look only at one isolated incident, they consider patterns. If someone consistently behaves in ways that disrupt public order, authorities can decide that person is no longer welcome. Bali is friendly, relaxed, and open to visitors from around the world. But it is not a place where tourists are exempt from local expectations. Acting as if you're above the rules or treating the island like a consequence-free playground is one of the fastest ways to become an example of enforcement rather than a happy travel story. Number 5. Drugs, even small amounts. Indonesia enforces some of the toughest drug laws globally. Possession, use, distribution, or trafficking of narcotics carries severe penalties under national law, and foreign nationals are not treated lightly. In many cases, deportation would be the least serious outcome compared to criminal prosecution. Certain nightlife areas may feel casual, and party environments can blur judgment, but relaxed vibes do not equal relaxed laws. The official Tourist Code of Conduct explicitly prohibits involvement with illegal substances, and law enforcement agencies conduct operations regularly. Tourists sometimes assume that small amounts or personal use won't matter. That assumption is dangerous. One impulsive decision at a late-night event can lead to detention, legal proceedings, and consequences that extend far beyond a ruined vacation. Bali may offer healing retreats and yoga studios, but the legal system is strict, and it does not bend for holiday mistakes. Number 4. Producing explicit or commercial content without proper authorization. In recent years, Bali has seen enforcement cases involving foreign content creators who produced explicit or commercial content while on tourist visas. Even if something doesn't escalate to criminal prosecution, immigration violations related to visa misuse can still result in detention and deportation. If you are filming monetized content, adult material, or commercial productions, that is not casual tourism. Authorities treat it as work. The camera might love you. Immigration does not. Number 3. Wildlife trafficking or handling protected cultural items. What looks like a rare souvenir can quickly become a legal problem. Indonesia strictly regulates protected wildlife, coral, marine life, and culturally significant artifacts. The official guidelines for tourists clearly prohibit involvement in the trafficking or transport of protected flora, fauna, and sacred cultural objects. Many travelers purchase items at local markets without realizing that certain shells, corals, carvings, or antiques may fall under protection laws. It's not uncommon for people to discover the issue only when questioned at airport inspections. If something feels unusually rare, historically significant, sacred, or suspiciously cheap, especially if the seller avoids formal receipts, that's a warning sign. Cultural artifacts and wildlife protections exist to preserve heritage and ecosystems, not to create collectible decor for someone's living room. A unique souvenir is never worth legal trouble at departure. Number 2. Driving without proper license or ignoring traffic laws. Bali's scooter culture looks spontaneous and carefree. In reality, traffic regulations are enforced, and foreigners are required to carry valid driving documentation that complies with Indonesian requirements. Helmets are mandatory, and driving under the influence is strictly prohibited. Police checkpoints are common in tourist-heavy areas. While a single minor ticket is unlikely to trigger deportation, repeated violations, reckless behavior, or serious accidents can escalate. Insurance complications also arise if you are driving without proper authorization, especially in the event of injury or property damage. Ongoing disregard for traffic rules can draw official scrutiny, and once authorities begin reviewing your conduct, they may examine broader compliance with visa and immigration requirements. The roads may feel chaotic. The paperwork is not. Number 1. Ignoring official financial and tourist compliance rules. Bali requires foreign tourists to pay a tourism levy of Indonesian rupiah 150,000 per person. Failure to pay can lead to denial of access to certain attractions and services. Additionally, authorities encourage the use of licensed money changers and proper transaction methods using Indonesian rupiah. These may not sound dramatic, but repeated disregard for official requirements, combined with other violations, builds a compliance history that immigration authorities can act on. Sometimes deportation isn't about one massive mistake. Sometimes it's about a pattern. Before you pack your bags and chase that Bali sunset, remember, paradise rewards the prepared, not the careless. Respect the rules, respect the culture, and your trip will be unforgettable for all the right reasons. If this helped you travel smarter, make sure you like and subscribe for more real travel truths before your next adventure.